catching you all out. How goes it? Let's just let everything catch up. Let's get this sorted. That's done. Let's zoom in a little bit more on that. There we go. Nice. And that should do us. I have forgotten to put the sound down on my phone, so hopefully no one will ring us or text us. Otherwise, everyone's going to get their ears blasted out, which hasn't happened for a while. But there we go. Just chilling into the evening. I'm just finishing a coffee. These are all things that I'll repeat lots and lots and lots until we get going. Yeah, so earlier on I did put the notification up quite late at the video. Apologies for that. Due to much excitement of arrival of a guitar, I forgot that it was Friday. How can you forget it's Friday? Well, I did. As you can hear, the dog is installed and snoring. Snoring. And without further ado, let's get this road on the show. Open up the wet palette. And here we go. So, I don't know if you guys have seen the unboxing video. Evening, Coobs. How's it going, mate? Yeah, so if you managed to grab a look at the little unboxing video I did on the ecorcheurs retinues, I thought I'd better make a start on them because I want these all painted for the other partisan, so people can have a look at them in their glory, all their glory, on the Griffin Beast stand, where I shall be displaying my wares. Yes, and I thought the three of the retinues would be good to put up so people can see what they look like. So I thought best make a start on them. So front and centre are the English. So evening, Caron. So yeah, so this is the first ones out of the retinue, and you've got the English, what do you call them, warriors. I do like these front rank miniatures, and I'm not just saying it because of Griffin Beast and my obvious ties to those guys. I do genuinely think these front rank miniatures are very, very good. So we'll start off with Moonstone Skin. Let's get it. There we go. Find out on the camera. Which camera angle we're working with tonight. Just laying down some flesh, yeah, so not sure where the light is looking a bit harsh tonight. Come on. I can never decide when I see miniatures like this whether I should paint them as hands or gloves. Usually I go with they got like. You can go with either, I suppose. Just lay that funky flesh in there. Yes, it was quite strange earlier, so I had another guitar arrive at my house. So I got sidetracked into fiddling around with my bass. And before I knew it, I kind of remembered that I'd forgotten it was Friday, if that makes sense. I'm sure somebody would have reminded me eventually. So, yes. So somebody asked me about prepping metal miniatures. Is a younger painter. He's only ever done plasticky ones, so I shall be doing a quick video on that in the week. Probably when I prep the crossbows up for the French, maybe. That'd be an interesting one. Ha ha! I wager you have a woman's arse, my lord. I wager it's never been used to plug a hole in a sinking ship. It's got to be one of the best performances of a over-the-top sea dog ever in it. You gotta love Tom Baker. The other one that I thought was a really underrated, and the film that sort of slipped by everyone was Yellowbeard with what's his name, Graham from the Monty Python. Was it Gina Davis? Was it his daughter? Great movie. Graham Chapman, thank you, Cubes. I had a bit of a brain fart then on. Often do on names. I'm not great on names. Yes. So if you didn't catch on, Rich, we've started the painting of the ecorcheurs ones. Well, you say that they remember their lines. They probably just made them up as they went along. I like watching those documentaries about film, like famous films and stuff. I was watching one the other day. What was it? And they were changing the writing of the script so often that apparently it was Carrie Fisher. I watched an interview of Carrie Fisher, and when they were doing Empire Strikes Back, there were so many rewrites going on, and the lines that were written were so complicated, they were literally just making them up as they went along. And apparently, Harrison Ford just did that all the time anyway. Hey man, we're not Bert and Dolly, we're Cheech and Chong. Hey Dave. See Dave. Concert come, nobody wanna buy. Do. I'm going to stop talking about Cheech and Chong now. Okay, we're gonna lay down the gunmetal. I think I've still got the records upstairs somewhere. Oh, pardon me. Remember, use your rubbishy brush. I've absentmindedly put metallic paint on my wet palette. That's because I was talking about Cheech and Chong at the same time. So I can scoop it off before it gets too... because it will just go everywhere on there. Okay. So yeah. Where was I? We're talking about films, so we've got to talk about miniatures now. That's the law. I don't make the rules. So yeah, ecorcheurs is going great guns. Dr. Bob is pleased with you all. And if you haven't gone and got on board the Kickstarter yet, and you're watching this, or why not? You know it makes sense. So what else has been going on Pirate Island? Haha. I've been painting like crazy. Because I've had to, basically. Which is good. It does keep me out of mischief. Ahoy! How goes it, Andy? Yeah, so we laid down the flesh colour, now onto the metally bits to get that nice and dry before we start messing around with any washes. So these are just the warriors, the basic warriors for the English retinue for ecorcheurs. Oh no. Well, I hope they get better soon. Ahoy, Ben. The whole gang's getting here. That's very Yorkshire there, Coops. Hey up. I'll do. Trouble up, Mill. And all that. Where you going on this morning? We're going to. I was going to do Newcastle then. And that's certainly not Yorkshire. That would get me a kick in the teeth. Oh yeah, the Great Marmite Wars. I remember them well. You love or you hate. Really is stupendously easy to work on these miniatures. Yeah, I was going to do an Oz from the Vida saying, "Where you going now?" See, it's got that hour. Yeah, who ya? Where you going now? Yep. So I'm just laying down this gunmetal nice and quick. Yes, we'll have less of your tomfoolery, young man. No, no. It's not good. Let's stop a moment, and we're going to have like a healing, like a power of healing thing from Pirate Rich. We're going to just all put our minds into heal mode. Let's wash my brush out. That's not part of the heating. Let's get my can of energy drink. There must have been an original tomfoolery, mustn't there? I did know just in time. I am a happy Rich. You know me, I'm always happy. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I don't give out hippie vibes, really, do I? I do definitely give more of a cutlass and a bottle of rum vibe. Oh, that's a good healing mixture. You see, what you want is a nice bottle of rum. That will cure you. Oh, and if, yeah, get a bottle of rum. This is what you want to do. Preferably Kraken spiced rum, because you're real like. And then what you do is you get it and you drink it. And you drink it until you won't feel better, but you won't care anymore. Yeah. And as a disclaimer, I'm going to say I do not encourage you to drink lots of rum. Ah, good work, Ben. So tomfoolery, I'll read this out because obviously it's not going to be on the video tomorrow because you won't see the chat. Tomfoolery refers to a foolish or silly sense of behaviour. There's no single tomfoolery person. The term tomfool originated in the 1300s as Thomas Fatus, meaning stupid or foolish, and later came to denote buffoon or specific. Wasn't there one called Tom the Farter as well? Suggests the original Tom Fool was a jester Thomas Skelton at Manchester Castle, who may have inspired the falling King Lear. Ben, our hats go off to you tonight. Top knowledge bomb in there. Oh, you just asked AI. Okay. So I built you up there. I shall knock you back down then. Yes, he was the Italian goalie as well. Buffon. Yep. Buffon. I'm sure it was Tom the Farter as well. There was one of the that was later though. I think was it one of the French kings thought Tom the Fart was the funniest thing. Might have been one of the Louis. I'm being AI checked now by Ben, and I just know it's Tom. I think it was Tom the Farter, Roger the Farter. See, I know how to lower the tone. Henry II. I knew I'd read it somewhere. He was given, he was given like masses of estates, and he ended up being like a proper like baron type thing. There we go. See if we can find that out before the end of the show. What's the name of the farter? I'm not speaking German there. I'm not saying farter, I mean farter. Right, we're going to go with some red. We'll start with Basilisk Red. We're going to work these bad boys up because these are for the show, so I want all of the miniatures paid to a real nice standard. So let's find. Let's go with this one. Not really. Once everyone gets over being offended again, we can have funny jokes back. People like John Cleese will start, appearing. The new John Cleese's. At the moment, everyone's getting far too offended, rather than just laughing at it all. There's nothing wrong with laughing at a good fart gag, or as Rick Mail would say, a nice juicy knob gag. This is why I don't put my videos of children. Let's just get this down as a base layer. Yes. Let's face facts. There ain't much funnier than a nice juicy big fart when it's nice and, especially when it's nice and quiet. Yeah. What have I been painting this week? What have I been painting this week? That's still in the room because a lot of stuff has been sent off already. I cannot remember for the life of me. It's been a very long week. Kind of do these kind of randomly, really. But you know me, I like a couple of colours running through. Oh, pardon me. Oh, I think we had, yeah, we had a 4-point Saracen Saga warband go out. That's Griffin Beast plastic box set. What a good value box set that is. You can get extra couple of miniatures in it to do your. So I think instead of 8s, you get 9s of everything. So that's good. We had a Bannerman as well. Oh wow. What a world we live in, eh? Cake, coffee, cake and coffee. Oh, coffee cake. Oh my god. There's one of the bike days, quite a local one during the summer, and there it's the local WY gets involved in the town. Not, I know that sounds bad being a bike day, but they take the advantage of bikers loving cake, and literally you got like a bike show. You got all the tables of people selling crash armors, etc., etc. And then there's the WY table, and it's just cakes. And you go buy it, and in fairness, bikers don't buy one slice; you buy a cake. I remember one day just buying a whole coffee cake and walking around the bike show, basically eating a cake like a giant sandwich. Yeah. As you do. Yeah, literally, it's right in the middle of it's Calm bike meet. Basically, the whole uh, town of Calm just gets taken over by motorbikes, and they've sussed it. They're right in the middle of the town centre. They get a massive table just full of cake, and they just sell it. They sell it all. I mean, the other thing, bikers are always generous when it's always for charity. They're not going to buy one slice. Or I'll have one slice of everything, please. Yeah, it's a bit of a no-brainer, really, isn't it? Selling cakes to bikers is like shooting fish in a barrel. Okay, so that was the base layer of the red. We've gone for Basilisk Red, and we're going to lay down. Well, let's show you a trick. This is a purplish pink, so this will keep Karen happy. Indeed. Lay some. This was, which pink was this? It was Impish Rogue. Oh, pardon me. This is for Who was I saying? Martin, I think. That happened at my son's house. The old delivery drivers had delivered it to the wrong house. He went out and found a big stack of takeaway on his doorstep. Is it still takeaway if it gets delivered? I don't know. It's technically you're not taking it out, are you? You're just taking it in. Is it take in? Mm. Take it in. Yeah, I hate this time of year for people getting ill. Seems to be the first big cold snap, and everyone gets cold, isn't it? It's very nervous about watching people that are sneezing and coughing everywhere. They are for such good I think a well sculpted miniature is easy. It's no fuss to paint, and I think this is one of the things with more sort of modern, sort of the Games Workshop type miniatures, I suppose, is to make a nice miniature. They almost think that giving them more and more. Mantic were terrible for it as well when they first started. Not so much now, but to outdo Games Workshop, there was a thing about let's give them another pouch, let's give them a belt, let's give them a bandolier strap. You know what I mean? And all these things you keep adding. Sorry about the thing. I forgot to switch the sound off on my phone. I don't want to do it at the moment, just in case the messes the video up. Yeah, I did notice, but yeah. Oops, sorry guys. I'm just going to have to put up with those. I don't touch the volume switches at the moment, just in case it all goes quiet. Obviously, we'll have to, if somebody rings, it'd be like a battle stations. Sorry, Ben. I'd just like to share with you that even though the dog is snoring, he's managed to do the world's smelliest fart. You could probably smell it through the video. So even though, Ben, that I've blasted your ears out with the forgetting to switch the sound off my phone, And you'd be pleased to hear that in support of you, the dog has decided to gas me. What I like about this is I was talking to Darren about the videos, and I've been doing a few sort of pre-recorded ones, but the nice thing about doing the live one, evening, BCAN, bacon. So just laying this down. Nice base colour. Yes, so that's all good. Yeah, what was I? I was talking about the detail on miniatures, weren't we? I think the what I'm trying to get at is there's detail in miniatures, and then there's pointless detail on miniatures. I think this idea that it's better because we're going to put another kind of on. I wondered when somebody was going to say something. Well done, Andy. You win the prize, if there was one. Yes, I've painted them pink. I was just seeing how many people were watching what I was doing. Interestingly, you're all probably being. Well, the reason I've painted them pink, I'll show you in a moment, but we'll come back to that. So let's go with angel green next. I should have, yeah, I should have changed the name of the video to. Yes. Do you know what? When you say about that, popped into my head there. We're talking about films as well. One of my favourite old films. Used to watch a lot of old movies. My mum was a movie buff, and one of the films I remember, now I say pink, is Operation Petticoat. You remember that film? Pirate pink paint. Cary Grant and Tony Curtis, I think. She's a big Tony Curtis, Kirk Douglas fan. So yes, one of the first films I remember was the Vikings. Sparkus. Yeah, you got it. I wonder why I turned out painting. Yeah, Operation Petco. There's one bit where it's hit by a Japanese Zero, so it can't surf, it can't dive, can it? And they go into a harbour to repair it, and they're trying to repaint it, and they've painted it with lead paint, and they've only got white, but they didn't have enough white or enough red to do it all, so they mix it and they paint it bright pink. That's why. That's why I was mentioning it. It makes like a burpy sound. Oh, it's a great movie. They don't make films like that anymore. Yes, so as you've pointed out, that these look quite strange at the moment because we got some very bright pink. And I will just lay this green down. So we're going to build up these base colours. There's actually one tone lower than this angel green now, from the Jaune Blanche kits, which is a very nice darker version of this basically, which is nice. So I'm thinning it out with matte medium. So you see it's going on quite thin. Oh, that's project something. Oh God. Oh. Oh, blimey. Philadelphia experiment, that's it. Yeah, it went forward. The dog makes me laugh. He really does. It's like last week, just wouldn't settle down tonight. I'm going to snore all the way through your video. Right, so whilst we're getting some of the more colours in, we're going to get these, once they start drying, Crusader skin for the wash. We were talking about this the other day about the 80s. It's like all the best jumps in technology ideas come in the 80s, didn't they? It's like videos and etc, etc, etc. Electric cars and computers and blah blah blah. But nothing actually worked. We're only kind of getting the fruits of the 80s now. Yeah, there was tiny televisions, weren't there? There were screens at the size of kind of our watches. Mobile phones that were like briefcases. Yeah, the 80s had all the ideas, but none of the real tech to make it happen. So that's somebody who's younger. We were talking to the pub at my son's bands gig. All these ideas are in the 80s, but none of them actually worked. It's taken them not too long, but a little while to get them working. Wow. I remember going on a hockey tour at Net for well, and one of the pubs had a C5 in the garage. This is going back to the late 80s, early 90s, and we kind of drunk hockey players dragged it out, and we were seeing how many people could actually get on it at one point. And he come out to try and stop us, but it was too late. There was like 10 people on it, and it went poof. And it was still very much a thing then. On today's road, it's bad enough seeing these electric bikes and stuff, but you'd have just been squashed to death on a C5. Proof that it was far ahead of its time, really. Okay, so that's the flesh down. Let's get the black wash in Artemis. We've done the flesh wash. Let's get the black wash onto the metals. Yes, yeah, Operation Petticoat, wasn't it? It's, supposedly it was around. I can't remember if they actually say or not, but it's yeah, it's that period. I think they're a bit loose on the actual. It's definitely just the comedy value of women on the submarine and painting it pink and making burpy farty sounds. Oh, sorry. I was on the wrong one there, sorry. Yes. Yeah, I couldn't remember that one as well. I was still talking about the funny films. I like funny films. So, yeah. I'll try and do as many videos as I can about these as we go along. So they might be probably not next week, the week after is when I go full bore into these to get them ready for the partisan show. And so when I'm doing that, I may go live for a bit, sort of updates. I want to do one showing people how to prep the metal miniatures up. I know it sounds daft to us guys, but yeah. The chap I was talking to, he's never painted a metal miniature before. I'm thinking, oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, I want to have a good dig around in the Cowpea miniatures range that Griffin Beast bought as well. I've not been down there to a chance yet, but they're very similar sculpts, but they're more like I think they're more Napoleonic style. Yeah, I think there was a big GW thing. I was actually in a shop and got told off. There was a guy trying to convince a youngster that metal was horrible because you ended up with bits all over the carpet and you could poison yourself and all this malarkey. So I thought I'd do a quick video next week sometime about how to prep, because it's pretty straightforward, but it's pretty much the same really. But if you don't know, you don't know, I suppose. Okay, let's deal with the red first, because we've done that first. So the next one up from Basilisk is Wyvern. This is still very purple colours. So we are using this very deep purple. Yeah, deep purple red. So we're mixing some medium into that. And hit these areas that we've basilisk in, and we're just leaving the very deepest valleys and shadowy bits. Everything else is getting some of this. We call them valleys and peaks, so we're aiming for the peaks, leaving the very deepest part of the valleys. And then when we got like this scabbard there, we're not going to go right up against it, we're just going to go underneath it. As soon as this is our first highlight, as it were, we're going to take most of that original base coat out. Oh yeah, I saw that was in Penkridge. I did think it was just too long a drive for me. It's tomorrow, isn't it? Or was that last week? There's one on tomorrow, isn't there, that way? It's true, Andy. Oh, it was last Saturday, was it? Oh yeah, the Penkridge one. What's the one I'm thinking of? Oh God. I'm just hitting some more of this over. I think Partisan, we've got two weeks, haven't we? So then the third weekend is I'll be gracing the Griffin Beast stand again. Because Dr. Bob's there with his demo game of ecorcheurs. So I'll be trying to get all these done for there, so people can have a good old butcher's. What we got? If anyone wants anything off my website, hint hint, which is piraterichpaints.square.site, so I couldn't remember it last week. I can do a collect and show thing. Oh, I've never done that before. I must change the website. But yeah, so basically the summer sale rages on. The end of summer sale that I started last week rages on. Didn't. I've got his sleeves. Oh no, his sleeves are different colour. Okay, so that was the red, first red. So now demonic yellow. Give it a good shake. Actually, I'm going to start one down. I'm going to go to fiendish yellow. Just because I can. I'll swap that brush out because that one's got a bit of a curly tip. Bit of medium. Look at this. Crazy pirates used the pink to undercoat the yellow. What about that then, chaps? And chapesses. Did you expect that to happen? I bet you didn't. I was telling someone you can do this and they didn't believe me. So I was just doing it as I sort of told you so. It's exceedingly good if you are using a black base as well. It gives you a really, really yellow loves pink. If you want a really nice strong sorry to disappoint there, cubes. I want to show you how strong. If any shows through, you kind of get like a, it's like an orange. I'll show you in a second when it dries. I'm sorry, you're also offended about me using pink as an undercoat. Sorry. Yeah, I think think everyone had quietly thought I'd gone a little bit barking. But so somebody asked me how to get a nice, rich yellow. And I said, they said, oh, shall we work it out for orange? You can do. Oh, right. I think we started them about 2 years ago. They were started. They're basically when I started doing some work for Griffin Beast, they noticed that I can paint quite quickly, which is, I think, down to my workflow. So they asked me if I would do some videos to help their customers get through their lead mounts. Basically, they're gamers and they wanted people to not just buy their miniatures and have huge piles of shame. They said, could I teach people how to paint faster, paint more? So that was the initial thing. They support the channel, all the miniatures they send us, and they've been very supportive over the years, which is cool. Good guys. So yeah, that's how Pirate Rich paints started, really. So if you go through the back videos, you'll find loads and loads, and it's like a library for Griffin Beast miniatures, so which is quite cool. But see how this yellow just absolutely goes on like a dream on this pink. I could do some Space Marine. There is actually some videos of me painting the Griffin Beast sci-fi stuff, because they've got a very small sci-fi section under the Woodbine Design miniatures. They're quite cool. They remind me of Space 1999 for some reason. So when I did the videos, those I painted in like all bright orange jumpsuits and stuff, which was fun. I did that for the Mars. What's the game they got? Mars Project Mars or something. Alpha Mars, or I can't remember. Mars Bars or. Yeah, I'm trying to. I think it's gone a little bit out of balance to favour this at the moment, which is what I'm trying to address. So the very early videos were how-tos, and then I went to the kind of live. But it's kind of, I think it's important when you do a how-to video to see how that particular technique fits into the whole work process. So even though I like doing them both. I like doing the short videos and I love doing these live ones. I'm trying to get a better mix so you can see. So if you need to look up, I don't know, chainmail. If I do a short video on a chainmail, where are we, Artemis? So I can see how that yellow is dried now, isn't it? Very strong yellow. We're gonna brighten that yellow up. Let's work on the red again. Oh yeah, I went with your Space 99. Was it Ian McShane? Oh, I was trying to remember his name. I think the yellow, when you put it over white, the yellow goes very, very bright, doesn't it? And I think this just gives it a better. You start picking up some shadows on it, and it gives you a good base. Oh, okay. Love Space 99. How cool are the Eagles? So yeah, now we're going to go to Dragon Red. I'm going to run some nice medium into that, and we're going to stay on. I'm not going to go into any of the valleys, none of the shaded areas. Go on the edge. There we go. Bit more medium. Keep that medium going. Thin that paint. Thin your paint, as Duncan would say. Many thin coats. Dog's just had a. He's had a dream, woke himself up. I think he's going back to sleep. Oh, that was the other thing on that Star Wars I was watching the other day. Is the original Millennium Falcon looked like an eagle, kind of thing, and it was used as the Rebel blockade runner or something in the actual film. So the first shot, the one being chased, was the original design for the Millennium Falcon, but they thought it looked too much like one of the eagles. Interesting stuff. So I've just gone back round it and stayed inside the areas where I've done the red, because where I'm thinning it, it dries quite quite quickly. So you can come around and work again. Yeah, you're right, Q. It's a great movie. Great program. So we're staying on those peaks, leaving those valleys in the reddy purple. Trying to get the edge of his hood going down his face. lines there, look. So it's easy to spot in there. So we're going to go for that kneecap, but we're not going to start right up underneath the chainmail. We're just going to front mail where it's going to catch the sun down the front of his shin, but not underneath his kneecap because there's going to be a little bit of shade there. Ah, yeah, it was a great theme tune, wasn't it? Maybe the 70s was the golden age of TV. I don't know. What do you think? Maybe we're just getting old. I don't know. They don't seem to take the care of writing. The writers have kind of run out of ideas, I think, or are not allowed to express themselves like they were. Okay, so that's the next one, red. So we're going to go for the greens now. So the next one is Guardian Green. Okay, catch his kneecap there, his shin, top of his calf there. And we're hitting the screen, we're putting some medium in there. And we're going to come down the peaks, leave the valleys. We all know what that means, don't we now? Hitting the peaks, leaving the valleys, not going underneath the bits where there's shadow. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but you get the odd standout program that's really, really good, don't you? Yeah, that's bucked the trend. Keep that medium going. Hit the peaks, leave the valleys. The snoring dog. Catch the edge of that. So it's all nicely, neatly done. There we go. Next, we're going to hit another yellow. We're going for demonic yellow, which is a very bright yellow now. And we're going to do the same with that. We're going to hit the peaks, leave the valleys. Very bright now. A little bit too bright for this light we're under. We'll get a better one in the light box tomorrow. Trouble with using yellows and whites. That edge looks really, really nice and bright. So now we know why we use pink. I was very impressed that somebody actually said something. That was good. I think you'd all noticed I was painting it pink, which is also very good. Shows you all awake. Do you know what? Because of our conversation earlier, I want cake now. Snake. Never mind. I've got too much painting to do to stop and eat cake. You'll be surprised on how well that pink works, so cubes, when you try it. It just gives the yellow so much depth. And it's one of those colours we kind of forget about. It's almost like a situation with like the white and black is, oh my god, I just need to get it to cover. And this gives you an option with it. Or you talk about the bold option being cake. I don't know. Could be. Let us know how you get on. It's a different. You'll notice a difference straight away. It's kind of a cool thing. I'll have to do a mini video on, so we can have a good look at. I'll try and set the lights up different. I want to do some painting at a show as well. I'm always selling the old miniatures, but I really liked painting at the tournament was ace. Maybe go to a show and do a painting thing for, I don't know, Help the Heroes or something. Because you can see that in his armpit there, that pink's just showing through the original thing, and it works as a shadow, which is kind of cool. Let's finish the red off with pure red. So we're going to stay only on the highest areas now. I'm not looking for complete legs, you want the other one to show through, so it's just those very highest peaks. And these edges are going to get really caught by the light. Keep that medium going in. And straight down the middle of those peaks. So down the highest peak, down to the bottom edge. Bit more medium in. This is when you know you've got a good miniature, when it's easy to pick out the high points, because the sculptor's done the work for us. Yeah, I think cake's good. I can't think of a bad cake. I can't remember thinking, oh, that's horrible. About cakes, we're thinking, yeah, but never there. So just carry on working around that red, picking up the highlights. It's going to be the last highlight for the reds. And you could go back in there with some little cheeky orange highlights if you really wanted them to pop out. So you can always do tomorrow if you wanted to, you know. Or even a orange filter, like a filter glaze. Sorry, filters the proper artistic thing. There is another word for it. I can't remember. But yeah, you could, if you wanted to give it like an orangey kind of hue, you could go back with maybe a yellow glaze. But if you're going to do that, if you're going to start mucking with glazes, my advice for you is, if that's a 10, if we've taken that to level 10, go to 11. Do you know what I mean? Get the next. So instead of stopping at pure red, go for blood chalice, a really bright red, and then when you take it back down with the glaze, you'll get a better mix, if you know what I mean. So let's see, we've done guardian green. Let's go for our top green layer, which is going to be green skin. It's quite a bright, you've got a lot of yellow now, really no difference. So this is where you have to make sure you water it down with a lot of medium. If you want to know what medium I'll use, don't forget I've done a little video somewhere. You have to search. I'll have to go through the site and actually try and categorize it. It's a big mess at the moment. But this green, we're just picking out highlights. So it's the very highest edges of anywhere you think the light will catch. But where I've watered it down, so you can see I'm just moving it into the areas with the very tip of the brush. I'll show you a good example in a minute on another miniature that I've been working on for somebody. I've done about 6 layers of green on this thing, so you can see where I've been making the paint very thin and just sort of touching them with the lightest touch, just moving it around. So I'm not even really properly painting, you're kind of just putting very thin layers of paint on. I'm not waffling too much tonight. I feel like I'm waffling tonight. Then come down the highest peaks with this stuff. Highest peaks, not starting underneath that weapon though, we're starting a little bit back. And I just tap in the end of the brushlet, just working on there ever so gently. I think I've got this zoomed in enough. That's what I was hoping to do. I do like a bit of a close. You see what's going on with the tip of the brush, hopefully. So if it does spaz out on the focus a little bit. So keep that medium going in your brush, so it's very, very loose, this paint. And the medium's going to help the pigment hold together rather than the paint just to give up and just go everywhere. You see it's kind of, as you see on my film, it's very, I thinned it down a lot. So I'm almost, I suppose it's more of a glazing on at the moment. Not completely, but it's getting that way. Just hit the edge of that. So you can keep that medium going in. Medium helps it hold together, where if you use water, it kind of gives up. There we go. The thing with these is because the retinue is only like 30 or 40 miniatures. You can spend a bit more time on them, so I'm not having to paint 100 minute arms. Because if you try to paint that many minute arms this way, you're just going to burn yourself out. You can't do it. Don't do it to yourself. But then you're looking for a different look on the tabletop. Then you're looking for a that looks impressive because it's a big block. But what we're doing at the moment, with ecorcheurs are very much of a game of individuals, miniatures. So we want them to look cool. Just to show off, we're going to take the yellow up to a whitish yellow, warped yellow. This will definitely glow up because there's loads and loads of white in this one. And then the best one is Space Dust, which is really kind of really fun paint. That is. I was playing with that to use as like a dry brush the other day, and that's a really fun paint. So I'm just going to water that down with the medium, and I'm just going to, sorry about the glow, so I'm going to go on the top edge. And this, like he's rounded it top of his wizard sleeve. And we're just looking for high points now. We're not going to. Cheers, Ben. This will just put the icing on this yellow. I just thought, heck, we'll make the yellow an interesting case study tonight. I hope that's interested you guys. I'm just looking for this to be our top highlight, so we're going to go just to the highest areas. So I think when you make that thin paint, you've got to be careful it doesn't run down into the grooves. If it does, you wick it away. You can sort it out afterwards, but if you can sort it out there and then, saves you having to do extra work. There we go. Are you painting some pink there, my friend? Good work, Rich. I'll be expecting cakes at shows from now on, guys. So if you're going to a show where I'm at, don't forget to deliver cakes. Although I've usually got biscuits and cakes at the stall, in fairness. So you don't have to worry too much. I just want, do you know what? A coffee and a coffee walnut. So are you trying the yellow as we speak then, Coops? Some of your dwarfs got yellow, big, massive yellow, bushy beards now. Or have I got my wires crossed again? With Rich's cake stories. Tales of cake, cake of old. Fruit and nut. Oh, do you remember rum and raisin chocolate? Was it Jamaican chocolate, wasn't it? Sorry, everybody's ears. I'll do a mini video on painting yellow with pink. It does bring a whole new interesting way to fiddle around with pink, basically. Yellow, sorry. Yeah, old Jamaica, that was great, wasn't it? I think so. You can get it in bars. And there was a Turkish Delight one as well they brought out. Rum. That's probably why I started being a pirate. So yeah, when I was talking about thin paints, so it's obviously that's come all the way from an olive green up to a, but you can see on the, if it can zoom in right, on the bobbly bits on his head, you can actually see the thing. Yeah, that's work. These are work in progresses at the moment. But yeah, obviously I've done this. I've finished the skin tones, but there's bits and pieces still to do on those. The very similar thing with the bones on these piratey skeletons. I want them to have that sort of really old look. Somebody sent me a commission to paint some pirates. Oh my god. You know you're going to get a good paint job if you send pirates to me to paint. I want that old bone look rather than a very white. And then even sent the Marines to fight them. Oh, this is kind of cool. So he had the piratey captain and the captain of the Marines is pretty much this. I thought I've got to paint the same because he's in the same pose. Yeah. I thought that was quite. He said I could paint him how I liked, and that's what I wanted to do. So that's what you get if you ask me to paint him how I like. Yeah, these are black scorpion miniatures. These ones, I kind of like. Yes, cubes. Yeah, just saying that. Yeah, they've got a game called Cutlass. Strangely enough, I've never played, but also looked at, and I love the black scorpion miniatures. Yeah, there's a whole heap of interesting miniatures he sent me to paint. Yeah, black scorpions are good fun to paint. Right, where was I? I was just done the. I just finished the green, didn't I? Done that green? Yes. I've done red, done green, done yellow. So let's start with the leather work. Yeah, I love the. Where is he? Oh no, he's up in one of the boxes. There's a dwarf miniature they do, a dwarven knight on a snail, and I had so much fun painting him. If you look on my website, he's for sale on there. Not that you got to buy him, but there's pictures of him on there. And that's fun because I got to use all the UV resin to make the snail trout. So we're going to start the leather with Brigadine Brown. Just going to catch anything that's leather. I've got some. He sent me some older miniatures, some Enigma miniatures. Now they're kind of interesting. I'm quite lucky really because I get a good mixture of commissions. I get the I have to paint like an army load, and then I always seem to pick up a few guys that want like D&D miniatures painted or something, which is exactly what you want in between painting a whole army. You need to paint something like those gobos or something like that. Dog has woken up and decided to scratch his face. So hopefully you guys follow along and you pick up all these tips. So all my crew, as you all are now, will start winning awards for their armies at shows, which would be cool. And just shout the dog. Hey! Sorry about that, guys. See, he's really starting to hunker down now, this one. I like that one. This one I was going to put in kind of a plain padded one, just to kind of balance some of the bright colours out we got here, you know. It's good fun, isn't it, Cubes? I don't always do it. You know, sometimes I'll just go for a very orangey yellow start and then build it up from there. But it definitely adds a lot of depth to the base layer of yellow. Good work. That's what Pirate Ridge is all about. It's getting these miniatures on the table. So just by me inspiring you to do the yellow differently, you can get another miniature finished. That's what we like to hear. Oh, Rich. Gotta love Turkish Delight. Oh my word. Mm. Yeah. I think all the new Black Scorpion ones are, well, most of them are 3D printed, resin printed now. I think there's some. I don't know about you guys, but I just feel that when you're painting a metal miniature, they just take the paint differently. I don't dislike painting plastic uh, or resin stuff. It's just different. So this Brigadine Brown is a lovely paint to use as a base layer. There we go. Just laying down all this leather, Brigadine Brown. Brown on that yellow. Just wash it off. Well, it's really hard for that yellow, so we don't want to spoil it with a dot of brown on it. I'm not too worried about it on the half of the weapon there because I'm going to paint that over. So I just want to get some brown behind there to give it a nice dark shadow behind. Was with that bit of extra lead in there, you'd have ended up. Oh, set down, brush mark the yellow there. Just clean that up a bit. That was remind me of something else I was playing with the other day. Was making a really thin paint and using it as a kind of like a wash. I'll do another video on that as well. All these little videos that I've got planned. I've started writing them on a pad so I can kind of start doing them. I just thought if I could do like 10-15 minute videos that kind of feed into these as well. So you can watch the short ones and then see how they fit into the workflow when we do live Paintalong. Well, that might be helpful. That's my base browns on. It's the base colour for my yes, use prairie ochre. This is a slightly darker than the desert yellow we do the weapons with usually. Look, this one looks like a big spade, doesn't it? Poof! Let's face facts, it doesn't look like it's fun to be hit with, or prodded with, basically, isn't it? Just missed a bit of brown, so I'm just washing this out, going back to the Brigadine brown. Just filling that bit of the belt in there that I missed. There we go. A bit underneath. Because we want these to look posh, like on the table, like at Bartisan. Because last time I was there, I was talking to the Walter Peachy, and if he looked at my miniatures and they were a bit crap, he'd laugh at me. We don't want that, do we? Oh, sorry, Ben. Sorry about your ears, Ben. That's the first time I've gone down for ages, isn't it? Switch the sound off. Yeah, there we go. Not bad. How are we doing? Just come to 2 hours. So we've been going a little bit slower than usually on these. So I just wanted to have a play with like the yellow and stuff. But again, we're not, these aren't tabletop. These are what I called like higher type tabletop than standard. We're going in, we're doing some layering and stuff like that. We haven't been using our washes. We haven't been deploying our speed up techniques. Because literally I want Dr. Bob to be proud of me that I've done some nice 100-year war stuff to make him happy for his game that he's demoing. So he'll be doing his demo game in front of the store. We'll have some nice, pretty war bands to kind of add to the aesthetic. Is that the right word? Aesthetics? Anesthetic? Something like that. So we got 3-2. They didn't send me the Genoese, but hey, They're the main ones, is the French and the English. Yeah, I think so. I mean, for me, these and, you know, this painting these and painting the Teutonic Order sort of stuff is as close as you're going to get to painting fantasy, isn't it? It's where most of the D&D fantasy style games come from, isn't it, really? I think I've noticed when I've been painting a lot of 100 Year War and War of the Roses, is you can, when you're painting like the foot soldiers and just big blocks and masses of them, you can take um, massive shortcuts if you need to or want to. Yeah, the Viking stuff is good. I mean, again, that's very kind of fantasy stuff, isn't it? But, probably the Dark Ages stuff is how different did an Anglo-Saxon really look to an Anglo-Dane, since they lived next door to each other, didn't they, a lot of time? I think as wargamers, we need that. We need our miniatures to look different so we can tell them apart on the tabletop. But when you're starting to talk about retinues and these are the men of such and such, it's the sort of start of an idea of a uniform, I suppose. Just the fact that one lord will be proven he's richer than another lord, or whatever. Don't know. I don't know. I think there's fun to be had, no matter what you're painting. I love painting stuff. As you probably notice. I am going to use some black. I don't usually do that, but where we've got the very much yeah, Claymore, nice. Yeah, I don't usually use black, but where we've got lots of bright colours, I want to tone some of it down. So we do a little bit on there. We do. What we can do is a scabbard black. But I've thinned the black out loads. So you literally, the grey starts peeking through, and it kind of makes the black you're putting on more like a old 80s heavy metal t-shirt that's been through the wash too many times. And if it doesn't, you can always go back and give it some dry brush. Sometimes you just need a nice contrast when you're doing some very bright painting. But again, keep that medium in it, keep it thin. And then our grey xenophore highlight, our grey xenophore undercoat will help us put some free shading into it. You see what I mean? We kept our palette quite tight on these. There's only 4 of them, but I've resisted using another colour, so it kind of ties these into a retinue. Now obviously you don't have to, but I just like doing it. Don't tell Dr. Bob, so I'm probably historically wrong. See how that black is just running across that grey. I'm going to do his trues. I want to give his trues black as well. There's gamers that will look for accuracy. You know what I mean? He's one of them. I mean, that's why he wrote ecorcheurs anyway, because none of the games out there done it for him. He had an itch to scratch. Well, unfortunately, I'm one of those gamers that goes with rule of cool. So if I want my miniatures painted this way, that's the way I'll do it. I try and stay historically as much as you can, because obviously there's no one there to tell you, but you can have pretty good guesses. I go with, and if I'm painting somebody else miniatures, I go with what they like. You know, people tell me, like people telling me what they like, because some people don't like stuff too bright, and some people like it bright. So as long as people tell me, you can accommodate, can't you? Oh, let's get his. Let's go with Dusty Skull. This gives a nice. This one obviously will go to the skeleton bone kind of look, but we're going to use it on his the base of his padded. It's probably got a name that I can't think of at the moment. Is it Gabberson? I don't know. help. It might just be Serco, I suppose. It's not Serco, is it? Oh, where's Dr. Bob when you need him? You can do these different colours as well, you know, different fabrics, different dyes, etc. But because we've got such bright colours on everything else, we do want it a little bit plainer. It's got a nice red hoodie thing on it. Balaclava. Snood. If he watches this back, I'm going to be in so much trouble for these incorrect terminologies I used. I think he'd forgive me because, you know, it shows he always comes to pinch biscuits at my stand anyway, so. If he tells me off too much, it'd be no more biscuits for Dr. Bob. If you could see, there was a lot of paint in that one area, so what I did is I came back in with a brush that had more medium in it, and I've just kind of spread it across the mini. Yes, we always thought the cake of diplomacy is Battenberg. The conclusion I can't remember how we got to that conclusion. It was like sort of a discussion piece among cakes. I mean, if you're at a summit and you brought the Battenberg out, I mean, there's people that don't like marzipan, but you can peel the marzipan off. You can give the marzipan to the person that likes it. Then you've still got, basically, technically, got an angel cake then. Somebody might not like the pink bits. You can give the pink bits away. So I mean, Battenberg, the cake of diplomacy. Yeah, we had a bit of a jammy, sticky wicket with jammy dodgers, didn't we, Rich? I think you were there. We'd discovered there's a special flavour. There's a strawberry flavoured jammy dodgers knocking around at the moment. So we bought some to try them, and we found that when people come to the stall, it seemed to be very popular with the kiddie winks when their dads were having a biscuit. They were pulling funny faces, and when the kids were trying them, they were liking them. But we decided they were jammy dodgers. Jammy dodgers strawberry flavour, I think, are for kids. That's not a proper biscuit. Thank you very much, Kubler. Could be the cake of international peace. Right, while that's drying, let's get the gold out. We're going for greedy gold. I'll do 2 hours 17 minutes. Yeah, we did. Look at that. That yellow's magnificent. Try it like Kuba did. You might like it. I will do a yellow, painting yellow video, just so people can have another butcher's at it. It's a weird thing, isn't it, Cubes? It really is. You can't believe it until you actually try it. I mean, everything about it says it shouldn't work, should it? You know what I mean? Yeah, there's a few others like that. I'll try and put a few of them together, maybe, into a vid. It's very interesting. Color theory is very interesting. I'm going for another coat. So I can just thin it down. I don't want to do too many. I don't want to have to do too many highlights on it. I don't want to change that from that very materially colour. I don't want to take it into the whites. Do you know what I mean? So I'll just give it another coat of that same colour. Then we should be able just to run one highlight down the middle of each. Do you see what I mean? I think you will. The other way to do it is to run a very light wash over it. But I was trying to play around with these without using the washes tonight. we go. Nice layer of that on there now. I think legging wise, we're going to hit it with Tundra Taupe, so it's like a really we used that tonight? No, we didn't yet. It's a bit more of a shake. Yeah, so 2 hours 20 minutes now. So we can see the you can see the end, the tunnel light, that thing. So this Tundra Taupe is like a kind of an olivey green, but just a little bit more. I'll be used it on this. I knew I'd used it somewhere. I used the one above, the one slightly lighter on the pole arms. That's cool. So I'm just gonna highlight the pole arms tonight anyway. Sometimes we don't, sometimes we just wash them. There we go. Yeah, we've been really going at these tonight, so we're going to go, let's go with the highlighter, agate skin. Probably go back in with the original colour, but we'll do this. And we use Insane Detail brush rather than the ornament, so we can get a nice highlight. So we've got medium on that, and we're just going to highlight down the nose, cheeks, chin, maybe the top lips. There we go. Front rank, awesome faces. That's why I'm doing it this way, because you can really straight down the nose, hit the cheek, top lip, chin. There we go. He's done. Remember, we used the speed paint to do some of these, so we're going to just a little bit across his forehead, nose, cheeks, chin, upper lip. I'm just going to add a little bit more coming down the edge of his face from the cheeks. There we go. Catch the top of his nose there. Remember, he's got the peak of his helm there. So the bottom of that cheek. They're a really good shape just to pick the. And I didn't do any of the hands, I did the faces. So let's go back and do the hands. A bit more medium on my brush. We're looking at the knuckles, the back of his hand there. Top of the thumb. And then just a little bit down the centre of his knuckle there. Bit of medium. So we're going to catch the top of his fingers on there, because that's where we're going to get the light. And a bit further down, we leave a gap. Come on to the knuckles. There we go. And if you wanted to, you could go back over again with a lighter flesh and just stay inside the areas you've just done. That's all you gotta do. So down his nose. So really all that's left to do with these eyeballs, with a highlight on the spear, pole arms. Sorry guys, didn't mean to call your pole arms spears. Well, technically spears are a pole arm, aren't they? There's a little bit of work to do on these. Yeah, I think we've really painted into these tonight a little bit more than we usually do. That's why they're not done. But that's okay. Sometimes figures scream for a bit more work. Let them have it. I mean, we've only got like probably half hour or so work left to do on these. Just to make them super posh. I mean, why rush it? They're going at their own pace, these ones, let's face facts. The front rank miniatures are just demanding a bit more painting to make them super fun. And that's okay. I'm enjoying it. Hope you are too. Yeah, that's what I mean. Why? The program is about getting people to paint and get them through, but yeah, there's nothing like seeing a miniature. You kind of think, oh yeah, that was good. I enjoyed that one. So why not? Why not? Just every so often, instead of trying to race for them, if one demands a bit more paint. It's like we spent a lot of time doing the yellow tonight. You know, but it will show when we photograph these tomorrow. It will show that we've put that extra bit in. There's not an awful lot, I'd say. So eyeballs really on him. Let's do the metal highlights. Schning silver. I'm definitely broken the back of it, you know what I mean? There's not an awful lot to do. Oh, pardon me. So these shiny bits. Not too much on my brush there. The edges, the odd bit of chainmail. It's almost like a little cheeky dry brush, really. What I do is, rather than rub it or anything, just take most of the paint back out, just go really gentle, just touch it in different areas. Get a random bit of shine. There we go. Before you brush up, empty it off. Always catch the edge of the blade. Make it look sharp. Oops, sorry, guys. I wandered off camera there. I looked at a different holder that holds it above and looks straight down, but I don't know if that's a better angle to paint at. Which means you'd be looking at this you'd be looking at like that all the time. I don't know, I might get one and just try it. I know some of the cleverer painters have got 2 or 3 cameras, and you get like picture in picture. That's very clever. I have to get my son over to sort that out, I think. I think, yeah, so there's eyeballs and some odd bits need doing. Oh, brown as well, leather. But I think we've had a long day today, so I think we're going to call it there. And I'll finish off these little bits off camera, if that's all right with you guys. Let's see what we got. So yeah, so eyeballs and leather really on that one. Obviously base. A little bit to do on his tunic, but just highlight that out. So my apologies for not completely finishing, but I'm starting to get tired eyes now, and I don't want to strain them. Yeah, I'll get them finished and get them photographized, if even that's a word. But yeah, I push those because they were coming nicely. So you got to just read the situation, guys, sometimes, and think, well, I'm not going to get these finished tonight. Not going to rush them and undo all the good work I've done. So we will do a little bit more work on them, get them in the like box, and you can see them on Facebook and X and all that groovy stuff. Yeah, you're right, Coops. Anyway, guys, 2.5 hours. I think you're probably bored of my voice by now. I'll try and do those extra little videos over the next couple of weeks, so like to prep these up for Partisan. So expect some more 100-year war goodies next week. It's depending on who we're on at that time. So that's the start of the English retinue, and we've got the French retinue, and we've got the French men at arms. Yeah, good to see you, Rich. Speak again soon, mate. Thank you all for joining me. It's been a good sesh. Hope you enjoyed the pink yellow. And yeah, good night, guys. And I just mentioned anyone watching tomorrow or in the future is I getting a lot of views. A few more subscribes would really help the channel. Yeah, so subscribe, like, share, hit the notification bell, that sort of groovy stuff. And we'll see you again soon. Cheers, Coop. Enjoy the cake. Enjoy your cake over the weekend, guys. And we'll see you again soon. Yeah, Coop, send us a photograph of how you've done your yellow. All right, mate. I'll see you again soon. Cheers, then, guys. Good night.